Hey everybody, Steve here again. Another video from Key West. It's from the Harry S. Truman Little White House Museum. It's an old Navy quarters down in Key West. This was the Truman basically was had all kind of monumental decisions and everything else when he was in the White House. Starting to suffer from poor health. His doctor's like, you got to get someplace warm. So he came down to Key West and fell in love with the place. Came down here like I think it was 11 times or something extended. He actually talked about wanting to turn it into a full-time White House, but was told that was quite impossible. But you can see why he liked it here. He was able to work and relax and take in the great weather. And so mostly outside shots here. Couldn't film anything on the inside, but a lot of monumental type things. I think the Air Force was created here, was signed. They did a lot of work here. Beautiful grounds, and lots of presidents have visited and stayed here at this location. I guess it's owned by the state of Florida now, but great stop, very interesting, yeah, this was, he really fell in love with Key West. Great book by David McCullough about Truman as well. So it's got a presidential limo outside. And it's a little different these days. Of course, they have the president's cars highly armored and armored up and heavy and everything else. And they use military air transports like the C-17 to carry it around. Back then, they basically pre-positioned limos around. So this one was actually kept up in New Jersey. So whenever the president was going to New York, they would bring that one out and drive him around in it. So 1950 Lincoln. So it's pretty snazzy, all done up in black and everything else. So this is one of the cars he rode around in. It's pretty cool. So great tour. And like I said, really interesting. When he came, it was a working White House. I mean, he came down there for several weeks at a time and would take care of work and business and everything else. And after reading that book, I never really knew much about Truman, but he was quite the guy. He refused to use the fact that he had been president afterwards to pander for jobs or anything else. So he was almost just about destitute after he left the White House. So that's when they came up with the pension plan. So it's an avocado tree, a lot of cool trees around the house there. Of course, the climate down there is subtropical. A lot of cool stuff grows. So these are little avocados growing on the tree. I'd love to have a yard like that. Have all kind of stuff. This next one's a curry tree. So actually curry's made from this particular plant. And breadfruit tree, which was very cool, very versatile plant. So we left there and did a little more walking around Key West and actually did the touristy southernmost point. There was a line there for people to take pictures. You can see people posing. I just walked past it and reached up, snapped a picture. Gets the same thing, right? So this is actually probably the most southern point there, that naval base there. But that's, there you go. And then, of course, this is mile 0 of U.S. Highway 1, which ends in Key West. So hope you enjoyed the quick little tour, and we'll see you around next time.